Hello and welcome back to Easy English with James. Today I have another pronunciation lesson for you. Today we're going to look at the f and v sounds represented by the f and the v letters, okay? These two sounds can often be found in the same words, and there's lots of minimal pairs, that's words that sound nearly the same, with these two sounds, so they can be difficult for some English learners to hear and especially to pronounce correctly all the time. So, if you want to master these two sounds, stick with me. Okay, first up is the F, the F sound. F. To make this sound, it's really simple. All you do is take your top teeth, that's these two here, and you put them on your bottom lip, like so. Okay? Imagine you're biting, you're biting your bottom tongue. Not too hard, just enough, like this. Okay? And all you've got to do is blow air out of your mouth, like so. Okay? Sometimes you'll get a bit of water out too, okay? Like that, okay? Top two teeth, bottom lip, and blow. That is pretty much all you need for the F sound. You'll also notice that in the F sound there is no voice from the throat. Your vocal cords are not being used. This sound is made only by blowing air out of the mouth. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you about is that this f sound can be found spelled with different letters in English, okay? Obviously, we can pronounce it with an F, a f, as in the words fat or fly, okay? Fat and fly. It can also be pronounced with a PH, as in words like photo or photographer. Photo, photographer. It can also be pronounced at the end of words with a GH, as in the word laugh or laugh, depending on where you are. Laugh or laugh, okay? Laugh and laugh. It can also be pronounced with two Fs, okay? As in the word offer, offer, offer. You'll see two Fs in there. That is still a f sound. Offer, offer. Let's have a look at some words with this tricky F sound. F sound, okay? Okay, first of all, the letter F obviously contains this sound, but it's actually sort of linguistically written EF, like this. F, 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 okay? You've got E and F, 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 okay? When we teach children the alphabet, sometimes we don't use the A, B, C. We use sounds that are very commonly heard. For example, instead of A, B, C, we use A, B, and K. For the letter F in the normal alphabet, we often use F, F, because this sound is found at the beginning of a lot of English words. F, F, okay? F. So it's a good way to practice that F sound. F, F. You'll find this in the word for, okay? For. The number, 4, and the preposition, for. Now, you might be thinking, for, as in the preposition, F-O-R, why is that apparently the same as f? The reason is that in spoken English, when English native speakers are speaking very fast, not many people say for. They don't say, I got this for my mum. Yeah, I got this for my wife. We say, I got this f, with that schwa sound at the end. F. I got this for my mum. I got this for my mum. I got this for my mum. I got this for her, for him, for them, okay? Who's this for? It's for them. It's for her. it's for him, it's for me, okay? This lesson is for you, not for you, okay? Remember, this is quite informal, but most native speakers like myself very rarely use F-O-R, for. We would normally always try to use for because it's just quicker. It's much, much quicker, okay? If you want more information about that schwa sound, check out my lesson on the schwa up here, okay? Another really common word with this in is few, okay? This one's cool because you've kind of got this few. It's a nice sound. It glides out of the mouth. Few. You'll often hear this with a few. I have a few of those. Can I have a few pens? Can I have a few minutes of your time? That's a really common phrase if you want to borrow somebody and you need to speak to them about something important. Can I have a few minutes of your time? Can I have a few minutes of your time? You might hear that from your manager. If you have a English speaking manager, he might say to you, excuse me, can I borrow a few minutes of your time? That means he wants to talk to you for a few minutes. Okay? Few. Another word here that you'll use a lot is fine, as in the sentence, I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine. Fine. Okay? This word, fine, actually has quite a lot of meanings, quite a few meanings in English. I'm fine means, of course, I'm okay. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm not too good. I'm not bad at all. I'm okay. I'm fine. But fine can also mean detail. You might hear fine detail. If you look at a painting and you look at these tiny, very small little details, that is fine detail. Fine detail. Very small, very tiny, fine detail. A fine, the noun, is a penalty. If I park my car in the wrong place, a policeman might come and give me a fine where I have to pay money. That is a fine. So this word, beginning with is very important to learn. I'm fine because I just paid the fine. And now I'm in an art museum looking at the fine detail in these paintings. Fine. Very similar to this is, of course, the word find. Pretty much the same, but with that d on the end. Always remember the d sound is very soft. It's not find, okay? It's a soft find. D. Just a little flick of the tongue. D. Find. Okay? I can't find my money. I can't find my phone. I can't find my charger. I can't find my wallet. Everything when you're leaving the house, I can't find my wallet. I can't find my keys. I can't find anything. Okay? I can't find it. Try with me. Find. Okay? Practice those words and you should have a good handle, a good idea of how to correctly pronounce that f sound. F. Okay, what about when the F comes at the end of a word? For example, in leaf, as in the thing from a tree, okay? Trees have many beautiful leaves. In my country right now, it's autumn and it looks really, really beautiful because all of the leaves, that's with a V, not an F, we will come to that later, are falling off the trees and they're all changing colour, okay? It's a beautiful autumn in England right now. But at the end of a word, leaf. Try with me. Leaf. Okay? Another one with the F at the end is the word thief. This one is tricky because it has that TH sound. The voiceless TH sound at the beginning and the also voiceless sound at the end, so it can be really confusing. I do have, if you look in my pronunciation lesson playlist, I do have a lesson also on the TH sounds, the two of them, in English. So check that out if you want more help with the TH sounds. The F here, at the end of the word thief, watch closely, start with that TH sound, thief, and finish with the F, thief, thief. There's a lot of water that can come out of your mouth here. Thief, thief, thief. The most important thing to remember here is that you'll be breathing out a lot. There's lots of air coming out. If you hold your hand in front of your face, thief, you'll feel the wind, the air from your mouth on your hand. Thief. Now, a thief, of course, is a bad person that takes things that don't belong to them. Thief. Thief. Practice that to get the end F sound. Thief. Thief. Okay, let's start some practice sentences with this F sound. The first one, my wife found 4 coffees under the fan. My wife found 4 coffees under the fan. My wife found 4 coffees under the fan. You've got the F in wife, wife, very important word again, wife. My wife, then again, found, 4 coffees. My wife found 4 coffees under the fan. Under the fan. Practice with me. My wife found 4 coffees under the fan. My wife found 4 coffees under the fan. Okay, one more time. My wife found 4 coffees under the fan. Okay, I just want to pause the lesson again here for a moment and ask you, if you enjoy these classes, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the future lessons, and it'll help you to learn all the different parts of English pronunciation. Okay, hit that like and subscribe so you don't miss out, and let's get on with the rest of the lesson. Okay, the next one, where we'll see a couple of the different F spellings in this one, is I found my favourite 4 photos. I found my favourite 4 photos. I found my favourite 4 photos. You'll notice the PH at the end there, as I explained before, is pronounced with that F sound. PH very often in English with a F sound. I found my 4 favourite photos. Practice this one with me. I found my 4 favourite photos. I found my 4 favourite photos. Okay, one more time, but this time I want you to try and pronounce this a little bit faster. I found my 4 favourite photos. I found my 4 favourite photos. Okay, let's have a look at another one. Okay, another one, a bit more difficult. This offer for free stuff is all fake. This offer for free stuff is all fake. This is a really good sentence, not only to practice that F sound, but also the schwa. This offer for, not for. This offer for free stuff, for free, for free. In English, whenever we have them 2 words together, for free, we pronounce them really quickly. This is for free. That is for free. For free. Where did you get that? I got that for free. How lucky am I? I got that for free. For free. For free. Really quickly. This offer for free stuff is all fake. Let's try this one again, a little bit different. This offer for free stuff is all fake. This offer for free stuff is all fake. Fake means not real. It's a lie. It's not true. It's probably not free. Okay? This offer for free stuff is all fake. Try it with me. This offer for free stuff is all fake. This offer for free stuff is all fake. This offer for free stuff is all fake. You'll see in that sentence again that the FF, twice in offer and in stuff, FF also is pronounced as a F in English, okay? Stuff, offer, offer and stuff. Also in the word off, turn that off, okay? Off and on, off, off. Okay, the next one is my favourite ferry was famous for being fast. Wow, lots of F sounds in there. I want you to tell me how many F sounds are in that sentence. My favourite ferry was famous for being fast. My favourite ferry was famous for being fast. Try it with me. My favourite ferry was famous for being, again, not for being fast. My favourite ferry was famous for being fast. How many are in that sentence? Write that in the comments below, okay? Now, one final practice with this one. This is where we're going to practice that GH sound, which also ends in F, okay? Words that end in GH, that's an F sound. That's a F sound, okay? You'll often hear in English, if something's very funny and we want to say that I laughed, we will say I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed, okay? The more you say it, the more funny it was. I laughed and laughed and laughed all night, okay? I laughed and laughed all night long. The movie was so funny. I laughed and laughed. Laughed and laughed, okay? Laughed and laughed. You'll hear this word, laughed, said a little bit different depending on which accent, which English accent you're hearing. Many British people will say laughed, okay? But in my accent, which is a modern standard RP, you'll hear it pronounced laughed, 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 okay? So, practice with me. I laughed and laughed and laughed. I laughed and laughed and laughed. You'll notice that and in between there, laughed and laughed and laughed, doesn't sound like and. That is again because of that schwa sound. I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. It's not an important word. So again, we just replace it with a really, really short schwa sound and a n at the end. Laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. Okay? Laughed and laughed. A good tongue twister with this F sound is Freaky Fred found 50 feet of fruit. Freaky Fred found 50 feet of fruit. Freaky Fred found 50 feet of fruit. Practice with me. Freaky Fred found 50 feet of fruit. Your turn. Okay, one more time. Freaky Fred found 50 feet of fruit. Your turn. Okay, let's try the V sound. V, represented by the V letter, okay? This also is pronounced by putting your top teeth on your bottom lips. But this time, instead of blowing air, we're not blowing air, we're vibrating our vocal cords, like so. V. You'll know you're making this sound correctly if you put your hand, the tip of your finger, on your throat here. V, and you feel bzz, a vibration. V, v. Okay? Practice with me. V, v. That is that V sound. Now, just like the F sound can be spelled with different letters in English, the V sound also, and this is crazy, sometimes is spelled with an F, okay? Because English spelling and pronunciation is completely crazy, sometimes that V sound is actually spelled as an F. It's confusing. Luckily, it's not so often, okay? It's often in words like of. Of has an F, but it is pronounced V. Of. Okay? Of. Okay, a good word to practice the V sound with is a word that we use very, very much in English, the word never. Never. Why is this a good word to practice? It's because that V in the middle is very fast, okay? We don't say never. We say it really quickly, but make sure to get just enough vibrations. Never, 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 never. And we can say this many, many times in English. Never, never, never. Okay? Never, never, never would I do that. Never, never, never will I buy that. Never, never, never will I go there. Never, never. No way. Never. Okay? Never. Practice with me. Never. 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 Never, never, never. Never, 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 never. Okay? Another really common word with that V sound is the word very. Very. This one has quite a long sound. It is quite a long sound. Very, very, very. You've got to make sure you have that V here. Very. And the more we make that V, the more powerful and strong this word is. Very. It's very important that you do that, okay? A teacher might say to a student, it is very important that you study hard, okay? Very, 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 very as well. We can add this together to make more veries and more power. It's very, very important that you do this. It is very, very, very important that you wear a seatbelt on an airplane. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. Okay? Very. Some more really common words with that V sound are vote, to vote, river, a river, that's got that V in the middle, river, river, a van, van, as in the vehicle that you drive around, vehicle. There's another one, vehicle, van and vehicle. Okay, a van is a vehicle. A van is a vehicle. That's a good way to practice. A van is a vehicle. A van is a vehicle. Okay, an advanced practice sentence you can try with this V sound is, the valley was very vast. The valley was very vast. Vast is a really advanced English word. It means a really big space. A really, really big space. The valley was vast. The valley was vast. We can make it even longer. The valley was very vast. The valley was very vast. The valley was very vast. Try it with me. The valley was very vast. The valley was very vast. Your turn. The valley was very vast. One more time. The valley was very vast. Okay, now try it really, really fast. The valley was very vast. The valley was very vast. Okay, good one to practice that V sound. Okay, there's a really good way to practice both of these sounds together, and that is with numbers. The number 5. You'll notice the number 5 contains an F, a F at the beginning, and a V at the end. 5, 5, 5. So we can actually practice this by making that number bigger and bigger. 5, 55, 555, 5,555. 55,555, 555,555, and the last one, 5,555,555. Try that last one with me now. 5,555,555. Lots of F and V sounds in there, okay? Practice that as many times as you need to until you're saying both the F and the V sounds correctly. 5, 5. Now we're going to play a little game with numbers. I want you to tell me how many F and V sounds you can hear in these numbers, okay? To answer, write in the comments. You can put a number 1 and then write your answer. Number 2, write your answer, okay? The first number is 512. 512. 512. How many F sounds? 512. And how many V sounds? 512. That's number 1. 512. The next one, number 2. 755. 755. How many F sounds and how many V sounds are in that number? 755. 755. Number 3, the final number. 7,475. 7,475. How many F sounds and how many V sounds are in that number? 7,475. Okay, now I want you to practice your listening and tell me which sound am I saying. In this sentence, what am I saying? You'll see the sentence, then you'll see 2 words. You need to write which one I'm saying. She painted a view. She painted a view. She painted a view. Which one? Am I saying the first one or the second one? She painted a view. She painted a view. Practice that sentence again. She painted a view. Okay? The next one is this sentence, and I want you to tell me which word I am saying. I don't know which is verse. I don't know which is verse. I don't know which is verse. Am I saying that sentence correctly, or am I saying that sentence incorrectly? Which one am I saying? I don't know which is verse. Another great example sentence here is, these are my wife's. These are my wife's things. These are my wife's things, okay? When you're pointing at something that belongs to your wife, you might just say, these are my wife's. And it means, these are my wife's things. But if you accidentally say the wrong sound, these are my wives, that means that you're saying that you have more than one wife. You're saying, these are my wives, okay? Very different meaning to, these are my wife's, with an F. These are my wife's things, okay? If you want to tell somebody, these things belong to my wife, use that F. These are my wife's things. If you want to say, I have many, many, many wives, use the V. These are my wives. These are my wives, okay? Can be quite a funny mistake to hear, but practice and make sure that you get the F and the V sound correct in those sentences, okay? Another really good little sentence we can use to practice this is the name of one of my favourite films, okay? V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta. You'll notice you've got a V in there, a F in there, and a V again. V for Vendetta, and we say them really close together. V for Vendetta. Brilliant film. I highly recommend watching it. It's very, very relevant to the times we live in now. V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta. Okay, give it a watch. In that movie, V for Vendetta, you'll actually find one of the best ways to listen to that V sound, okay? I can teach you for a long time on YouTube about that V sound and give you many examples. But in this movie, V for Vendetta, you will hear this.
Voila! In view, a humble vaudevillian veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi, now vacant, vanished. However, this valorous visitation of a bygone vexation stands vivified, and has vowed to vanquish these venal and virulent vermin, vanguarding vice and vouchsafing the violently vicious and voracious violation of volition. The only verdict is vengeance, a vendetta, held as a votive not in vain, for the value and veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the virtuous. Verily, this vichyssoise of verbiage veers most verbose, so let me simply add that it's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V.
Now that is a very, 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 VVV, very, very, very long or large amount of V words, okay? If you want to improve your vocabulary a little bit, look up what some of those words mean. Absolutely brilliant, amazing bit of acting in the movie. Watch it if you want to see even more V words used throughout that show, okay? V. Okay, thank you very much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this lesson, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you all for another lesson. Remember, if there are any lessons that you want me to make, you can write them in the comments and I will add them to my list. It's a long list of lessons now, but I'll try as soon as I have free time. Okay, thank you again, and I'll see you again for another lesson. Bye-bye.